Hey there guys, Claire Leffman here, your Yoga Pants CEO, where women like you and me are making more than brain surgeons from home, from our iPads and our yoga pants, working super flexible part-time hours built around our family. Best gig ever. I was able to go have lunch with my son today, and it's like every day I just want to pinch myself being like, are you kidding me? Is this really my life? But anyway, today we're going to talk about IPAs. I'm sure you've heard of IPAs, income producing activities, and how it's the crux of our business. It really is. Sometimes people wonder, what exactly are IPAs? So IPAs, income producing activities, are when you're meeting new people, right? You're expanding your network. You're deepening relationship with folks. You're increasing that know, like, and trust factor. You're prospecting. You're actually offering your products or the business as a solution. And you're actually signing people up, customers and team members. And that's it, guys. Those are your IPAs. Yeah, there are a lot of other important things for us to do in our business, like learning or in professional development, right? Reading books, increasing our skills, helping our current customers, mentoring our current team members. All of that's important, but it's not IPAs, right? Sometimes we can fool ourselves and we think we're working our business, but we're really not, because if we're not spending the majority of our time on IPAs, regardless of what level you're at in your company, whether you're brand spanking new or you're at the tippy top of the company, we should be spending the majority of our time on IPAs. And if we're not, again, we're just sort of fooling ourselves, right? Absolutely. So why aren't we working our IPAs? There's a couple different reasons. Sometimes it's definitely fear, right? We're afraid of putting ourselves out there. We're afraid of that word no, which we talked about yesterday. Watch yesterday's video if you missed that. Sometimes it's about our schedule, right? Maybe it's that we just haven't even sat down to figure out when we're going to work our business, right? At the beginning part of the week, we should figure out when are we going to work our business, carve out specific dedicated time, treat that time as sacred, because if we don't, we should be treating this business like what I call a part-time job. When we don't block out those carved times that we're going to show up to work, we're treating this business like a sometime entrepreneur, right? Or we work it sometimes when we feel like we have the time or we have that motivation. It's not going to cut it. But the third reason is sometimes it's that we simply are lacking a good follow-up system. We're lacking a system. So that's what I want to talk about today, is what is the system? And first of all it takes is a very simple to-do list or tickler. And I just use my task list in my Google Calendar. It's so easy and it's wonderful. And I've linked it up to my iPhone. I have the app which is called G Tasks, small G Tasks. And it was a purchase app, but I want to say it was like $4 once, like that's it forever. And what it does then is it syncs it up. So if I were to add like a task or a to-do or a reminder, oh, follow back up with so-and-so on my phone, it's going to be in my desktop version as well. So you need something like that. And then you need a good old-fashioned card box. This is simply a 3x5 card box. I got 3x5 index cards. You can get it at Office Max, Staples. You can get everything that you need also at Amazon. So just a good basic card box. So first of all, let's talk about what goes into this box. So I have just a very simple card, one per person. And when I say per person, I have one card for everyone that I kind of sort of know. Maybe they've either expressed interest in what I have to offer, or many of them haven't. It's just someone that I kind of sort of know and I've met. They're in my network, right? Some are really warm or hot, and some are a bit more warm, or some are just brand new relationships that I've met online or offline. I do not have in here my past or current customers. If they've ever purchased or worked with me, they're in a separate box, as well as my team members. How I handle leading my teams is totally different. So think of this as your leads, right? These are your leads. And again, I just have one per person. I just put their name on there. I just file it by first name. So these dividers are just A through Z, right? A through Z. If I meet someone new, I'm going to create a new card for them, write down their name. I generally write down the date that I met them, and then a note. I met them at the networking meeting, or I met them at the park. It may be something that I want to remember, like their son's name was Colby, something like that, and then I'm just gonna file it away. Now, one task that I'll do before I file it away, let's say it's someone that I met offline, and I'm not Facebook friends with them yet, I'll send them a Facebook friend request, and a quick little message. Hey, so great to meet you. The networking meeting, I hope you're able to come on back. And then I will file it based on alphabetical order. Now, I encourage my team to start when they're brand spanking new to fill out 30 cards, right? Their warmest market, sort of that cream of the crop. Start with the 30 cards, and that's what we're going to focus on the first month. Beyond that first month, let's increase those number of cards to 100. Let's really see who else that you know. And when we're working our business 3 to 6 months or beyond that, we should have 300, 400, 500 cards in here. 300 to 500 cards. Absolutely. So then what I do is I just focus on relationship building one letter at a time. So let's say today I'm focusing on the L's, tomorrow will be the M's, and then the N's. So what does that mean? If today is the L's, I'll just go ahead and pull out all the L's, and one by one, I'm just gonna focus on deepening the relationship with that person. And it might look different. I'm not even talking about bringing up my business or my products. I'm just deepening the relationship. Guys, we're in relationship marketing, right? So what that might entail, maybe I go out to their personal page and I just engage authentically on some of their recent posts. Or maybe I see, oh, Eileen, God, I haven't talked with her forever. I would love just to catch up with her. Maybe I shoot her a message, hey girl, it's been forever. Would love just to meet up, catch up for coffee, for lunch, for wine. When works for you over the next couple of weeks? Just to build a relationship, guys. That's all I'm talking about right now is relationship building. Or maybe I'm like, I just send them a card out of nowhere. Just, I'm thinking about you, just like a nice card you actually receive in the mail. Or I want to find ways that I can add value. So maybe on one of their recent posts, I see that she's struggling with finding meals, healthy meals that the family likes at nighttime. That's something that's really super quick. So if I see that, I'll personally message her with one of my favorite recipes. So that's all I do, a letter a day. There's only 26 letters in the alphabet and generally 30 days in a month. It works out perfectly. Okay, what else do I do with this box? The second thing is this is such a phenomenal visual to make sure I'm really working my business effectively. 2 things that I want to consider. First of all, I need to make sure it's great that I'm just building a relationship, we're chatting, we're catching up, all of that. But guys, we got to cross the line, if you will, sometimes in a good way, and actually prospect, actually extend my product or my business as a solution. And a great rule of thumb is I believe we should be doing that at least 2 times a day. So let's just say Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, that's 10 people a week. So that is 40 people at least by the end of the month. So normally I'm actually doing my bold reach outs with just at least 2 of those people that are in, let's say, my whole stack of L's. But a way to see if you're really doing that is at the very front here, I just have a couple of other, in addition to all your A through Z's, there's just a couple of tabs, and one just says bold. And it's just a basic index card for the month, and you're just gonna write down those 2 names, those 2 people that you extended your product or business as a solution to, seeing if they wanted to find out more. So that's something that's really important, because at the end of the month, if my bold reach out 3x5 index card is like blank, or there's like 5 people, I know that's where my marketing funnel is broken. I'm simply not being bold enough. I'm being great friends with everyone, but I'm not giving them that opportunity to join me with trying the products or the business. The second great visual is we need to constantly be adding, right? We're gonna be taking names out of here when they become a customer or a team member, or if they flat out say, I never ever want to hear about this again. I mean, that doesn't happen, but those are the only reasons where I'd be taking names out of here. But we want to always be adding names back in. We need to always be expanding our network. So what do I do for that? Another great visual, so one of these tabs says new. So at the start of a new month, I just get 40 blank index cards. I do number them at the top right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, And then as I'm meeting people, I'm creating a new card. As I'm meeting people, or someone that wasn't in my box has a question about what I do or makes a great comment on one of my posts, I'll go ahead and put their card in. So guess what? At the end of the month, if my new section, if I still have all 40 cards or 20 cards or 30 cards, I know I'm simply not adding to my network enough. And it's a great visual, because when people tell me that they just are running out of leads, I'm like, there's no way. It's just impossible. We just need to be really intentional about it. So that's 2 really great visuals. And the third thing is how to handle follow-up. So again, that is just in my task list in Google Calendar. So let's say that I am meeting, talking with someone, let's say one of the L's, Lynn, and she says, absolutely, I am interested in learning more. Now's not a great time. Can we talk next month? I'd say absolutely. So I'm actually not going to do anything in the card box, maybe make a little note on Lynn's card, but I will go to my task list in Google, go out a month from now, put follow back up with Lynn. Or let's say that I have, this is aside from this this IPA box, but let's say I have someone that brand new, they just signed up as a customer. I know they're going to be getting their products in 2 to 3 days. I'm going to go out to my Google task list, go out 2 to 3 days and say follow up with Mary, see if she got the products. So that's my tickler and reminder, and this is my IPA box. Oh my gosh. It truly is simple, guys. If you have folks in your team that are saying they're struggling, ask them, how long did you spend in your IPA box this week? Because if we're not spending the majority of our time in this box, again, we're simply just not working our business. So there you go. A card box, A through Z. Simply putting their name and a couple other pertinent pieces of information, but their name, putting it in the box. Again, I file alphabetically. I do relationship building 1 letter a day, and which is great. And then also a friendly reminder to myself, or a real kick in the skirt, is that in the front section, the bold reach out, right, that I'm having 2 names that I'm writing at the end of that month. The January's card, there should be at least 40 names. Also that I'm adding enough, right, so that new section, I want those cards to be empty at the end of the month, right, and already filled out and filed away. And then last but not least, again, just some type of simple follow-up system, tickler system. Again, I use Google Tasks. But anyway, I would love to know what works for you, because there's no one perfect system. A perfect system is whatever resonates with us and that we use consistently. So I'd love to hear your ideas. What works for you? But hopefully this was helpful. And ladies, until next time, Claire Luffman, your Yoga Pants CEO, and I'm cheering you on. Bye, guys.